Hey guys, welcome back. We have a little impromptu rescue mission. My boss broke down in, it was like somewhere in Idaho, but he had his car towed back to Libby, which is like, 2 hours or so away. So we got to go down and get his car so that he doesn't have to pay the tow bill and all that good stuff. So I've got my trailer with me, and then yeah, so we're just about to head out, and I'll try and get some cool road shots for you, and then get some video of his Suburban. He hit a deer is what happened, so it's not like catastrophic, but it's not drivable. So here we go. Hello everybody. So I didn't get a video of loading up the Suburban, and I had a lot of stuff happen in between. So this was my uncle's Suburban, and he hit a deer, as you can see here, and we drove down to Libby to go pick it up for him, and then we got it back, and he decided that he no longer wanted it, and he offered it to me. So I took it, and I'm gonna fix it, and it's gonna be my rig for the winter, because it smokes a little bit. It's got a few little engine problems, but it's not in very bad shape, other than what he hit the deer with. So it didn't screw up any of the fenders or anything. It screwed up the hood just a little bit right there, but the fenders are in good shape. The core support actually looks fairly straight underneath of this. Might be bowed just a little bit, but I think that's savable. I think really it's just the radiator, transcooler, air conditioner, stuff like that, or condenser, sorry, stuff like that. And obviously the grill, the headlights, and the bumper. So what we're gonna do is pressure wash it all up, get all the deer guts out of there and all the fluids out of there and whatnot, and then we're just gonna pull off everything broken, and then see what we have left to deal with.
it. Don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing.
Okay, so we just went up on the hill up there and looked through our junkyard. And wouldn't you know it, we found us a core support that's not nearly as Mick-bendy and Mick-broken as that one was. Found us a radiator that's slightly brand new used, other than a little bit of marring from the rig that it was sitting in. Looks like it's gonna be possibly okay, or if nothing else, better than the one we had. It's got a little break here, but that's just a mounting point, so we don't even need that. Who cares about that? And then we found us a trans cooler, or the external trans cooler anyways, because the radiator has one in it as well. And then we found us a condenser that, who knows if it's any good, but it is much less bendier than this guy was. So we're gonna put it in and hope for the best, because we've got a vacuum pump and everything anyways. So once we get everything installed, then we're gonna vacuum it up and see if it holds anyways. So yeah, so that's gonna be a good start. We're not gonna use this whole core support, we're just using this aluminum piece. We're not even gonna use that. We're gonna use the old one. But we're gonna get somewhere. And then this bumper, I was gonna take it off, but I think what I'm gonna do is get this dent out in a really awesome way. And I'm sure it's gonna come right out and be perfect when I'm done. So yeah, we're gonna do that. But maybe not tonight, but we're gonna leave that bumper as it sits because it's still attached. So yeah, without further ado, I guess I'll wash these up and start maybe putting some stuff back together.
Won't bother hiding my bruises, and when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless. Make some progress, I can see that they compare. I think everyone's against me, maybe something.
Alright guys, my camera died, so I have to do it with my phone, but we have it put together most of the way. You can hear water dripping, but that's because I way overfilled the overflow. It's getting pretty late, and I just want it to run. So we filled it up with water so that we can let it run, get up to temp, hopefully work the air bubbles out, and see if any of our used parts are bad or if they're runnable. We're gonna see. Let's see. First start since the accident. Looks like we got good oil pressure. Voltage is good. We got 3/4 tank, so that's good. That's worth it right there. I know we're low on trans fluid because we squirted a ton out when I put it up on the truck, and the cooler was cracked and they drove it after they hit. So I'm sure that it's low on trans fluid, but Looks like we got a good leak over here. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you win some, you lose some. That is definitely a leak down there. And it could be coming from the lower hose, but I'm pretty sure that it's coming from the radiator itself. I can't get a good look at it, but looks like I'm gonna have to order me a new radiator. Oh well, such is life. But we're gonna let her get up to temp anyways and burn off some of that trans fluid that's all over everything and see what else happens. Okay, so it's still running. I had something weird happen where it just died, and then it was running really rough, but it would start right back up, and I revved it at about 1500 RPMs for like 2 minutes, and then let it slowly back down again, and it hasn't had the problem again. So, and it's got codes, it's throwing codes, and I haven't looked at them, so you know, that could be part of it. I could have a sensor that went bad or got squished or something like that, so I'm gonna look into that. But it's not doing it now, and it's running okay. It hasn't gotten over what I'm gonna guess is about 185 on the temp gauge, somewhere in there. It's above 160 but below 210, as you can see right there, which is, I don't know, I would say that's about where it should run, depending on what thermostat it has in it. But it's not running hot, not running cold. We're not leaking any power steering fluid out of this guy, which is good. It means I don't have to replace that guy. I mean, the lines are a little rough, but we're not leaking any tranny fluid out of the remote cooler, which is good. I don't have my vacuum set up to test the condenser yet, but we will probably do that tomorrow. So the only thing we're leaking is water down there, which can't really see because I've got the hose just filling that up so it stays full of water the whole time. And yeah, so hopefully I get a new radiator tomorrow. We get the rest of this front clip put together, other than maybe some headlights, because I can't find those right now. And at least she'll be able to drive around. Okay, so we brought that broken radiator back into the shop, and I already started fixing it before I realized I wasn't filming. But you can see here, I don't know if you can see, but it was basically all the way around this bottom mount was cracked. And so all I did was I'm taking this whole guy and melting the plastic, and that's what the zip ties are for, is for filling it in. And then once you have it well filled in, which we do, I don't know if my soldering iron's hot enough anymore, but anyways, once you have it well filled in, then you need reinforcement, because plastic itself is not very strong. You'd want to use probably like some steel screen or something. I don't have any of that. I have a bunch of staples, so we're gonna lay the staples flat-ish. Not flat, I guess, but bent with the surface, and we're gonna melt the staples in until they're buried in the plastic, and then we'll fill in over them even more, instead of doing it with a mesh like a screen or something. A mesh would be probably a lot easier to do this with. And this is my first time doing this. I just did what you guys are doing, watched a bunch of YouTube videos, and this is the cheaper way to fix it, and from what I've seen, it's fairly successful. So we're gonna see what happens.
Am I paranoid? I swear a void is forming and they're scared I walk a straight path. Not many can say that. I like to play fast. Cross me and there's payback. You better pray that I don't see your face at any place that I go. I know you hate that. I've been doing fine. I'm not wasting any more time. I live for the fight and the climb, and I think that the pain that's deep inside is what defines. So I won't give up, I'm gonna make it to the top. I don't care what's in my way, I swear I'm never gonna stop. I could fall flat on my face and I swear I will get back up, cause I don't deserve a thing and the road ahead is tough. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown.
Alright guys, so change of plans. Turns out I suck at plastic welding, and I spent probably 3 hours trying to do this, and it still leaks. So I pulled the side off, which is super easy to do. You bend all these tabs away, and then there's a little gasket in here, and then there's the side piece. And we pulled it off of this radiator because that side was still good on the wrecked radiator. It actually looks really good. And we're gonna try and get this onto that radiator and get it to seal. I don't know how well I'm gonna do. This is my first time doing this as well, but we're gonna give it a shot. The only thing wrong with this side is I'm missing the little foot peg, but I would rather cut this foot peg off and glue it on here or something than try and RTV a leak and deal with expansion and contraction and leaking and stuff like that. So we're gonna try this.
They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless.